I secretly got a DNA test done on our newborn because she looks nothing like me, and discovered she isn't my daughter. When I confronted my wife with the results, she said science isn't always accurate. Don't be dramatic, you're still her father regardless of genetics, so I packed my bags and left with a note saying. The most damning evidence was a series of text messages between Sarah and her best friend from around the time Emma was conceived. In these messages, Sarah explicitly discussed her plan to get pregnant by Ryan but let me believe the baby was mine. He'll never suspect anything, she wrote to her friend. Ryan looks enough like my name that the baby could pass for either of theirs. And my name makes twice what Ryan makes, so it's better for everyone if he thinks he's the father. Her friend had apparently encouraged this plan, responding with messages like you're so smart to think ahead like this and the baby will have a better life with my name as the father anyway. When Ryan learned about these messages, he was devastated. He realized that Sarah had been using him just as much as she'd been using me, but in a different way. She'd manipulated him into believing they had a future together while planning all along to pass his child off as mine. Ryan has now filed for full custody of Emma. He wants to be part of his daughter's life, but he also wants to protect her from Sarah's manipulation. His lawyer argues that Sarah's willingness to lie about Emma's parentage for months demonstrates that she lacks the moral character necessary to raise a child properly. Sarah's response has been to claim that Ryan is an unfit father because he abandoned her when she was pregnant. She's conveniently ignoring the fact that she never told him she was pregnant or that the baby might be his. Meanwhile, I'm caught in the middle of a custody battle for a child who isn't mine, married to a woman who's been lying to me for over a year about fundamentally everything in our relationship. The strangest part is that I still love Emma. I spent 4 months believing she was my daughter, caring for her, bonding with her. Those feelings don't just disappear because of a DNA test. But I also can't stay in a marriage built on deception, and I can't pretend that Sarah's behavior is somehow excusable. Update 4, final. It's been 3 months since I discovered the truth, and I wanted to provide a final update since so many people have followed this story and offered support throughout this nightmare. The divorce has been finalized. Because Emma is not my biological child and Sarah's affair was documented through the private investigator's evidence, I was not required to pay child support. The court also agreed that Sarah's deception constituted fraud, which affected the division of assets in my favor. Ryan was awarded joint custody of Emma after a lengthy court battle. The judge was particularly critical of Sarah's attempt to hide Emma's parentage from her biological father and noted that her behavior showed a concerning pattern of deception and manipulation. Sarah was ordered to attend parenting classes and counseling as a condition of maintaining her custody rights. She was also required to formally acknowledge Ryan as Emma's father and to facilitate his relationship with his daughter. But the most significant development was that Sarah's best friend, feeling guilty about her role in the deception, came forward with additional evidence that helped both Ryan's and my legal cases. She provided text messages, voice recordings, and even photos that documented the extent of Sarah's planning and manipulation. According to her friend's testimony, Sarah had been planning this deception for months before she became pregnant. She had researched the legal implications of paternity fraud, looked into how long she could reasonably maintain the deception, and even practiced responses for what she would say if I became suspicious. Sarah planned every aspect of this, her friend told the court. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she knew how much it would hurt both men when they found out the truth. But she thought she could maintain the lie indefinitely. The friend also revealed that Sarah had had similar affairs during previous relationships and had a pattern of manipulating multiple men simultaneously for different purposes. This testimony was devastating to Sarah's credibility and helped establish that her behavior wasn't a mistake or a moment of weakness, but a calculated pattern of deception. Sarah has since moved back in with her parents and is struggling with the consequences of her